Hi everyone, I'm Jim and welcome to review of Supremacy, the fourth studio record by the band Hatebreed. Today we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the release, so I decided to go back and see if it still holds up or not. I've already reviewed half of their discography on this channel, so go check those videos out. My story with this band is quite simple. Back when I was young, my siblings showed me their music. At the time, this record is actually their newest one. And I just loved everything they've put out and I've been their fan ever since. Fun fact, Satisfaction and the self-titled are my favorite releases from Hatebreed, which I already reviewed by the way. When it comes to the lineup on this release, we've got the founding members Jamie just on the vocals and Chris Beatle on the bass. Then we've got Sean Martin on lead guitar and Frank on rhythm guitar. For Sean, this is his last release with the band. He's been here since the second record, Perseverance. It's sad to see him go because he was bringing to the band very cool guitar riffs. And for Frank, this is his first release with the band and he's still with them to this very day. And then we have Matt on the drums, who has been with the band since 2001. The production is handled by Zeus, same as the previous release, and it's tight, it's clean but heavy, no noise or no clipping, just the way I like it. This one doesn't need to be remastered or remixed because it sounds just perfectly as it is. Message is diverse, most of the songs here are about rising above your personal struggles, having determination to fight them head on, never giving up, never admitting defeat and carrying on. As usual, it's a very positive message and I stand by it. Read the lyrics by yourself because they're quite fantastic. Structure of the tracks is basic, standard intro, verse pre-chorus, chorus, verse pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, and at the end either they go back to the chorus or straight to the outro, which is usually a breakdown. When it comes to the music genre, it could be described as a mix of hardcore and metal, so metalcore, but not the new school metalcore, more like the 90s metalcore. Now let's talk about the musicianship. Let's start with the band's drummer. His playing is tight. I love his double bass work, his style, his groove, the precision of his playing, the tempo changes, all of that. He's phenomenal here. Then we've got Chris Beatle on the bass. Well, the bass is audible, he mostly follows the guitars, but you have some moments here and there where he deviates from that stuff, and that's pretty commendable. I love that you can actually hear the bass throughout the songs. Then we've got the guitar work by Sean and Frank, and that's one of the highlights for me of this release. I love the crunchy, heavy guitar riffs, very Slayer inspired, mixed with those more simplified, breakdowny ones, doo-dum, doo-dum, ba-bom, bom, bom. The riffs are simple but never boring, and that's important in music like this, to always keep your attention, so when you think you had enough of that one simple riff, they just attack you with a completely new one, which is fantastic. Last but not least, it's mentioned vocals by Jamie, and he is the star of this release. His screaming, shouting, yelling is so vicious on this release. His screaming, shouting and yelling has never been so vicious before. This is his best performance yet. I actually think that after the self-titled album his vocals got more mellowed out. He's still screaming but not as much as he did on Supremacy, The Rise of Brutality and self-titled. This is easily his peak vocals, that's for sure. You can feel the emotions, especially anger, on every song here. You can tell that these songs are more personal to him than on the other records. Now we can finally rate the individual songs. The album opens up with a single with a music video called Defeatist. This is easily the hardest song on the record by far. The intro with this weird ambient part, then the scream which is long and just full of anger. With a bruised reflection, its addiction to failure and substances. I cannot sing or scream for shit, but this part especially reminds me of the band Earth Crisis, which is straight edge. We know that Jamie doesn't drink or do drugs, but he does not identify himself as a straight edge person, but still this song has a very similar message to Earth Crisis tracks. Besides the very fast and crunchy guitar riff, crazy bass and drum lines, the vocals just outshine everything. Cause you hate yourself, that you hate every moment. Just every single segment in this song slaps, and it's one of the best Hatebreed songs ever, 11 out of 10. Horrors of Self is just as good. It has a fantastic intro which has a build-up with screaming in the background, a beautiful melodic guitar part as well. Then that doom 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 doom. Look up now into the mirror that you despise. Keep looking over your shoulder. That shadow may always be around. It's living in you, on you. fantastic verse with a very fast guitar riff, beautiful chorus, and in the middle of the song we get a bridge part, which is also the outro, that tudum 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 tudum. All of that is straight up amazing, and the song joins the pantheon of the best Hatebreed tracks, 11 out of 10. Mind Over All, on the other hand, is a track where you actually feel the repetitive nature of it, but I do enjoy the chorus Mind Over All, dum dum, Mind Over All. The highlight of this one for sure is the vocal performance by Jamie. He's just popping off throughout the entire track. The music could have been slightly better. This is almost a perfect song, 9 out of 10. To the Threshold is another single with a music video, and this one just straight up slaps. This is the sound of the lost, the beaten and broken. This song has it all. Fantastic intro, verses, pre-chorus, chorus, that cool half scream, half sung part with "This is more than a battle cry." Epic shit. I also enjoyed the fact that the music video is against domestic violence. 10 plus out of 10. Give Wings to My Triumph is another fantastic song. This one is very similar to Mind Over All, where Jamie is carrying the song with his beautiful vocal performance, but the music is a little bit generic. That's the only complaint I have. Still a fantastic track that I will never skip as I'm going through the record, 9 out of 10. Destroy Everything is another single with a music video. A new life begins. This is the track where they let Chris Bittle shine, because you can hear his bass way more compared to the other tracks. This one is very repetitive, but it doesn't bother me because I love the chorus. Destroy everything, destroy everything, obliterate what makes us weak. Dum 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 dum. Yet again, very dark sounding song, but it actually has a positive message, as almost every song here. There isn't much to talk about this one. Everyone loves this song, and for a good reason, 10 out of 10. Divine Judgment is one of the highlights on the release for me. I just love everything about this song. The verses, that fantastic chorus. Pray tonight, pray, break the sky back. The angels they claim may be sent to take our life. All of that goes hard, but the best part for me is that outro breakdown. That build up, how could it be, the work of their divinity? It's divine retribution. The best breakdown on this album for sure, 10 plus out of 10. Next we've got Immortal Enemies, where I enjoyed the lyrical subject, pretty cool, check it out. The song itself though is the second weakest track here. It just sounds like your typical Hatebreed song. It doesn't have anything to pull you in harder. So I'm never going to skip it as I'm listening to the record, but it's just not my favorite. It's still pretty great. Every single part is done with taste, 8 out of 10. The Most Truth, on the other hand, is one of the highlights here and my all-time favorite Hatebreed song, easily in my top 10. The pain is here to tell me that I'm still alive. The pain is here to tell me that I'm still alive. The screaming here is just fabulous. Jamie is popping off completely. The bridge section is heavy as fuck and it reminds me of old school Slayer. Horizon haunt me no longer. The truth is born again into me. My pain has revealed to me the most truth. Fantastic breakdown at the end. I love this song so much that I've done a Doom MIDI cover for today's anniversary, so go check it out, or maybe you've just watched it and came here. Hello then. 11 out of 10. Never Let It Die is another banger. It slightly reminds me Destroy Everything, just more melodic. My favorite parts here are the pre-chorus and chorus. I must never let it die. I must never let it die. Because he half screams, half sings that part. Yeah, another fantastic song. It sounds like a hardcore anthem. 10 out of 10. Spitting Venom. Dum dum dum. This one is heavier than your typical Crowbar fan. Love every single section here, especially that build up before the chorus. I'll spit my venom in the eyes of your world. Spit, spit, spit. 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 I spit my venom in the eyes of the world, alone, unprovoked. I'm lost at words, that's how good that segment is, 11 out of 10. As diehard as they come, sounds like what if Slayer played hardcore, fantastic song all the way, one of the highlights here as well. I've doomified it like 2 years ago I think, because that's how much I love it, 11 out of 10. And the final song on the Star Edition, Supremacy of Self. This might annoy many people, but to me this is the weakest song here. I still do enjoy it very much, especially the vocal performance on the chorus, but overall this is not on the same level as Spitting Venom or The Most Truth, 8 out of 10. Now let's talk about the bonus songs. We've got New Hate Rising, which is an iTunes bonus track, only there. Why? This one is fantastic, that intro. Very heavy and fast guitar riffs in the verses, that chorus, the new hate rises, endless ruin. Love that breakdown so much. The entire song is the highlight of the release and it's not on it. Why? Should have been there, 10 out of 10. Next we've got Severed, which is a re-recording from the 1996 EP Under the Knife. That one had atrocious quality, the production was oof. So we can finally enjoy this song in a great quality. This one is only on the UK edition of the release, which is very hard to come by these days. I love this track, it's fun to listen to, love the dark nature of it, especially the chorus and the pre-chorus. Another banger, could have been on the record, why not, 10 out of 10. Then we get Pollution of the Soul. This is like the demo version of a song that was later re-recorded for the self-title in 2009. This version is only featured on the Japanese edition of Supremacy and it has a different bridge section compared to the final cut of the song. The guitar riff here is much more fleshed out compared to the final track where they simplified it more. That's the only difference. I must say that I prefer the final cut more, but here I love that more advanced guitar riff, 10 plus out of 10. And the final song is a cover of Six of a Doll called Ratpack. This one is fast, it's under 1 minute long, yeah, straight to the point, I do love it, it's fantastic, 10 out of 10. To sum it all up, the consistency is stable, the flow is fitting, group ability, yeah, this is a masterpiece. I enjoyed this record from beginning to the end, it doesn't have any flaws. The only thing I would change about it would be to replace Immortal Enemies with Severed and Supremacy of Self with New Hate Rising. This way the album could have been even better. Besides that, there's nothing to change here, it's a banger from beginning to the end. The highlights for me are obviously Defeatist, Horrors of Self, To the Threshold, Divide Judgment, The Most Truth, Spitting Venom, as diehard as they come. Celebrate your sleep by spinning the record today, it deserves your attention. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram in the description as well. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters who guys sponsor these videos, you're truly wonderful. You can join them if you want, so I can make an album review, Doom MIDI cover, a video of your choice. Check out the Hatebreed, The Most Truth, Doom MIDI cover that I've done today, and I will see you next time. Bye!